Guess what? Formula One fans, Ferrari just dropped a bombshell that 2023 marks the final lap for Sainz. Leclerc's locked in until 2028, but Sainz is stuck at a crossroads. He's gunning for a 2-year contract, yet all he's got is a 1-year tease. Will 2023 be his last season, or he'll zoom into a new deal? Buckle up, folks, because today's video is the pit stop you don't want to miss. Let's rev those engines and dive into the Ferrari drama. Ferrari's racing duo, teammates since 2021, often battle it out on the track with close competition. In 2021, the Spaniard edged past his teammate in the driver's standings, but in later years, Leclerc took the lead. Surprisingly, Sainz, the only non-Red Bull driver, snagged a victory in 2023. Yet despite this win, Leclerc maintains a front-seat position within Ferrari. Recent reports from La Gazzetta dello Sport spill the beans on Leclerc's future. It seems he's speeding toward a 5-year contract extension, starting with a hefty €50 million salary. Moreover, there's talk of an escape clause kicking in from the 3rd year. Let's first learn about 2024 drivers of the Ferrari. Ferrari had a not-so-great run in 2022, but they bounced back in 2023 with a slow start and a strong finish. They bagged 7 podium finishes and even clinched a win in Singapore. Now, Charles Leclerc, a key player on the team since 2019, is making headlines. As we discussed, he might stick around until 2029, but there's a catch. He's got a break clause just in case Ferrari can't give him a car to fight for the championship. Leclerc, known for his speed, signed a mega 5-year deal, the longest since Michael Schumacher's time. He has the skills to win races, but nabbing the championship has been tricky. Despite some tough times, he's still all in with Ferrari. As for Carlos Sainz, he's heading into the last year of his deal in 2024. It's been a roller coaster ride for him too, highs and lows. At 28, he might be at the midpoint of his Formula One journey, but he's still rocking it at the front. Sainz is checking out his options though. Rumors are buzzing about a potential deal with Audi when they hit the grid in 2026. But just like Leclerc's contract, the details are still up in the air. So, what could be the backstory for Carlos Sainz? Carlos Sainz had a roller coaster time in Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi, making his season a bit of a wild ride. A water valve hiccup during practice threw a wrench in the works in Vegas. He managed 6th place, but his teammate Charles Leclerc snagged the spotlight, fighting for victory. Abu Dhabi brought more drama. A big crash in FP2 led to a tough Q1, landing him at the 16th spot on the starting grid. He rolled the dice with hard tires but missed out on points, dropping places without a safety car lifeline. Ending the season at 7th in the World Championship, Sainz was just 6 points away from 4th place, which he held before Abu Dhabi. He reflected on his season and said, "I think it's been a decent year for me. I'm not happy with these last 2 races, obviously. It puts a dark patch into my season where I think we've had a much stronger season than what these last 2 races show." Expressing disappointment about the rough ending, Sainz added, "The way everything has gone wrong for me in these last 2 races has been quite dramatic. Sometimes a year goes like this. Usually, he shines at the season's end, but this time was different. Now it's time for some serious reflection. So it's time to sit down, analyze, and see what I could have done better for these last few races and come back strong," he continued. Also, as the season came to a close, Carlos Sainz couldn't hide his disappointment, missing out on 2nd place in the Constructors' Championship to Mercedes by just 3 points. He said, "Honestly, very disappointed and obviously not happy, given how close it was in the end with the Constructors' Championship." Reflecting on the Abu Dhabi race, where things didn't go as planned, Sainz acknowledged, "We will have to sit down, analyze, see what we could have done better today and what was going on, because clearly the pace this weekend and the overall feeling with the car and everything wasn't good." Discussing the race strategy that didn't quite pan out, Sainz explained, "We started on the hard, expecting the hard to help us do a one-stop. Again, like we've seen many times this year, whenever we start on harder compounds with our car, we struggle a lot, and it was again today." Hoping for a safety car to turn things around, he added, "And once we saw that we had very little chance of scoring points, we left it out for a safety car, and it didn't work out either." Unfortunately, a power unit issue led to retirement, dashing any hopes of salvaging the race. In Sainz's words, "We had to retire in the end with a PU issue, so it's not like it would have changed much. Tough luck for the Ferrari team, but as they say in racing, there's always the next lap." Now, Sainz is fighting for a contract extension. Carlos Sainz's current contract with Ferrari is set to end in 2024, along with his teammate Charles Leclerc. Now, negotiations are buzzing about a 2-year extension for Sainz, who's all in to stick with Ferrari. In his words, "I'm committed to the team." But here's the twist. Sainz wants a 2-year deal for that extra dose of stability, a common move among drivers. However, Ferrari seems to be eyeing a 1-year plan, keeping their options open after 2025. It's a bit like a chess game where everyone's planning their moves carefully. The outcome of these talks is a big deal for both Sainz and Ferrari. With 2026 shaking up the order, Sainz's role is crucial in this racing puzzle. A 1-year deal might mean he has to roll the dice and think about switching teams in 2025. A risky move considering how unpredictable the future of F1 can be. Sainz wants to sacrifice for 2024 Ferrari after reliability concerns. And as the gears shift towards the 2026 Formula One season, Carlos Sainz finds himself not just in contract talks but also in the midst of discussions about Ferrari's game plan for 2024. The team faced a reliability roller coaster in the 2023 season, with issues plaguing the SF23 and even causing race starts to fizzle out in Mexico and Brazil. When questioned about priorities for the upcoming season, Sainz made his stance clear. He said, 100%. At the same time, I prefer a team that shows progress in terms of pace. His focus is on seeing Ferrari amp up their speed on the track rather than doubling down on reliability concerns. For him, it's about learning and progressing even if the car isn't in the championship battle. Reflecting on the past season's troubles, Sainz pointed out the need for improvement in how parts hold up towards the season's end. He emphasized, I'd rather learn with a car that is not fighting for the championship than one of the races of reliability. Striking a balance between pace and reliability is the key, and Sainz is pushing for a Ferrari that's dependable and fast. Besides the discussion for Sainz's last season, there are talks about Ferrari eyeing Lando Norris. Ferrari is turning its attention to Lando Norris as his contract with McLaren is set to wrap up in 2025. This move could play a part in the ongoing negotiations with Carlos Sainz, whose contract discussions with Ferrari are still in progress. The plan seems to revolve around the possibility of bringing in the 24-year-old Brit Norris after his contract ends in 2025. Sainz is pushing for at least a 2-year renewal, keeping him with Ferrari until 2026. However, Ferrari seems inclined towards a 1-year extension. This would allow them to explore options post-2025, possibly with an eye on Norris. The report from Gazzetta dello Sport suggests that Ferrari sees Norris as a valuable addition, hoping to snatch up one of the most sought-after drivers in the sport. But it won't be a walk in the park. Red Bull has already expressed interest in Norris, with Christian Horner and Helmut Marko praising his skills and consistent performances. Norris had a standout year in 2023, overcoming challenges at the start of the season to clinch 7 podium finishes. His strong performances, especially as the closest challenger to Max Verstappen, elevated McLaren to a 4th-place finish in the Constructors' Championship. This has undoubtedly made him a hot commodity in the F1 driver market. As the negotiation wheels turn, Ferrari faces the task of securing their lineup strategy while keeping an eye on the potential gem, Lando Norris, in the Formula One chessboard. So what do you think of 2023 being the last season for Carlos Sainz? Comment below and subscribe for more.